107.5 WBLS, your number one source for R&B.
It's nice to welcome, of course, award-winning, multi-talented super producer, Mr. Jermaine Dupri. Welcome back, brother.
Thanks for having me.
How you doing?
I'm good.
A man of little words, but doing a lot. Doing a lot.
Yeah, I'm blessed. I'm blessed.
Man, one of my people just said a moment ago, and he was absolutely right. He says you are now taking over television.
I'm trying to. Yes.
That's the game plan, huh?
Yeah, that's the game plan.
What?
I mean, well, because anytime that I find a place that what I have to offer is not in that space, then it's room for me to take over,
to expand.
Yeah. So I mean, I own my own music.
That's good.
I don't have to deal with a lot of the clearances that other TV people have to deal with.
Yeah.
I have a Rolodex that a lot of people don't have.
Very true.
So the guest on my show is,
phenomenal.
Yeah. So the guest on this new season of the Rap Game is bar none, basically.
Lifetime, ladies and gentlemen, Lifetime has opened up the doors for Jermaine Dupri and Queen Latifah.
Yes.
Who's co-executive producing with you on this project, The Rap Game. And
Yes.
I got to be honest, when I saw this, I was like, wait, that can't be true. Lifetime is normally, very middle of the road. I know they play a lot of programs that, cater to women and a lot of relationship situations. So when I saw The Rap Game on Lifetime, I'm like, you guys are definitely cracking the ceiling.
Yeah, I mean, but it's a very educational show. I mean, on top of just because of it's parents involved, it's the kids, the parents, and then the education that the kids learn and the parents learn and the people that are watching, they learn so much of just stuff that they think that they thought, and then they get a correction by watching the show.
And you brought out everybody, man. You bring out Nelly, you bring out Snoop Dogg. Obviously, you have the Brat, and the list just goes on and on and on. How valuable, how wonderful, and how amazing is that opportunity? And I always tell these artists, to try to find someone who is walking in the steps before you, because someone 9 times out of 10 has always walked in the steps before you have. Your dad has walked in steps of music before you stepped into it.
Yeah.
So this is a valuable moment.
For the kids that make it to the show, it's nothing like this. You know what I mean? Like that's like my first statement to them before we even get into the challenge. Right? Regardless of who wins, regardless of what happens, this is a chance of lifetime. This is something that you can't pay for this. You can't buy this. You can't even just have great talent and this happened to you.
No.
Like in 2 months, these new kids, they met Snoop Dogg, Bow Wow, Brat, Nelly, Flo Rida, Mariah Carey, Timbaland, me. I mean,
in 2 months.
In 2 months.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Some people don't meet them in a lifetime.
Yeah, in a lifetime.
So how did the kids qualify to measure up? They didn't meet you in the basement, or they didn't meet you in a club.
I actually see them on, all the new social media platforms. Basically, kids have an opportunity to put their stuff out here. YouTube, Twitter, Instagram.
You pay attention to that? Huh?
Yeah, 100%.
Why?
That's where it's at. You know what I mean? I've always been the person to, I guess, keep my finger on the pulse of things that's supposed to be going on, and as it switched, I'm there.
So, in sitting down with L.A. Reid, and we'll talk about that because I know you and him just hooked up this wonderful opportunity. But in sit down with L.A. Reid, he shared with me the it factor. It has to hit when he sees a new artist right away, and he'll know right away if they have that potential. Mm-hmm. What's the it for you when you see a new artist? Is it style? Is it delivery? Is it creativity?
Depends. It depends with me because I get a feeling for, I might work with this person. Huh. And if I want to work, if I want to work with you and I have a gut for what I feel like I could do for you, then you don't have it yet. That's just me saying I can give it to you and you are a perfect candidate for me to give you that it.
Wow.
But you have something. You don't have that it yet, but you have something. And I'm going to give it to you. Then there's other artists out here like Anthony Hamilton that was just like the most undeniable person to walk in this earth, know? And I'm like, even when I signed Anthony, I was like, is this like a joke? Like, is somebody going to come in and tell me that? Like, I was like, yo, hurry up and get this paper. Sign this paper right now so I can make sure that this is not, because who else in the music business didn't hear this?
Dude.
The fact that so many people passed Anthony Hamilton up is the most craziest thing in my life.
It has to be, and you were the most ingenious person to catch it, man.
I don't even know if I was genius. I just happened to be lucky, because he sang the same. Like, I put his demo out. The Coming From Where I've Coming From album is Anthony Hamilton's demo.
No way.
Exactly. That was my father actually found him, actually. When me and my dad was having a conversation one day for breakfast, and my dad was like, it's just, we got to find we need somebody. Because my dad worked with Otis Redding. So my dad was like, it need to be an artist that resonates with you young people, like a Otis Redding resonated with us. And I was just like, man, I said, it don't exist, right? So I think my father went to like a Grammy brunching.
Okay.
And he saw Anthony. And he called me. He was like, I just seen somebody. And then I was like, okay, whatever. And I'm thinking like, yeah, okay.
Whatever.
My
right?
dad never gave me an artist, by the way. So it's like, I'm not even really buying into this. So he sent the demo to my office. And I played the demo, and I'm like, this sounds like somebody's music that's already out. And I played the next song, and I played Charlene, and I'm like, this song, by the way, Charlene was on the demo, just like y'all hear it on the radio.
No way,
and
man.
I was like, who listened to this? Like, who's heard this? And he said, you want to meet the dude? And I said, yeah, send him to the office. And Anthony came to the office, and I said, sing for me. And the man sounded just like the demo. And I walked in LA's office. I said, yo, we got to sign this dude right now. Right now.
Yeah, man.
Today. Wow. And I mean, that's one of the ones that LA's talking about. That it.
Yeah.
That's a it.
Got it. Right off the bat.
It's not really a lot of those.
No.
I mean, I had a couple in my life though. Escape was it when I heard them.
Bow Wow.
Bow Wow was it. But it still needed to be developed.
Okay.
Anthony was it without development.
Wow.
He just needed somebody to dress him a little bit.
Gotcha.
But other than that dude.
And he's doing it now.
Oh, yeah.
Man, you have to be very, very proud of what you
100%.
definitely embrace for sure. So we learned about the process. It can happen at any given moment, and that's why everyone needs to be ready. They need to have their A game, B game, C game up on point, because you just never know where a person like you is going to step into the place. What's the ultimate goal? What's the ultimate plateau? What's the ultimate gift that is given and awarded to the kids? Because I know in first season, Miss Mulatto was key. She was key. Now, I saw you walk around, to a couple of spots earlier this morning. I know you're working with this young brother out of Baltimore.
Well, he's on the show.
He's on the show, right?
He's on the show.
So we're going to see him.
Yeah.
But what's the reward at the end of the day for them?
The reward is to sign the social deaf, and go in the line of Bow Wow, the Anthony Hamiltons, the Jagged Edges, the Brats, and see if you can, see if one of these artists are able to fit in the legacy.
You gotta cut that cake. It's hard, Everyone thinks it's so easy. Everyone thinks it's so ABC to just get up on stage and rap, but it's more than that.
Yeah, and I mean, the hardest part is what you just said. Being ready is something that you will see on this season that is. It was like a lesson to me. It made me question, am I always ready? If somebody asked me to do something right now, am I ready? Am I prepared? I claim that I am, but are you really, right? And if you put these kids on the spot like that, I put them on the spot throughout this season a lot of times, like, let me hear it. And it brings, bring somebody over to the house, and you bring Snoop Dogg to the house, and the kids get stumped a little bit, like, but that's Snoop Dogg. Yeah, but we got different reasons why. I'm here for you to be part of my label.
Right.
He's here because I asked him to come by. So, I'm not getting ready to buy but that's Snoop Dogg.
Exactly. Because if you want to be in this game, you're going to be working alongside Snoop Dogg and everybody else.
And that at that point, that's when it really hit me that, these kids don't really understand. Like, if you're doing a show with Jermaine Dupri, the seriousness of it and the level of artistry that's gonna be around you. Like, if Usher walks out of the room and you there, don't play cool. Meet the man and act as if acknowledge him for what it is. Sure. But if he asks you to rap on the spot,
be ready.
Be ready.
I always compare that to Cruz, man, on the Giants. Cruz on the Giants was just a practice guy.
Yeah.
And then somebody got hurt. And that was that moment for you to be ready.
Yeah.
So you just
he
never
had his dance. He already had his dance. You know what I mean? He had his dance ready. I score, I'm going to dance.
No
you gotta
question.
Be ready.
You got to be ready. Honor and a pleasure, as always, to let Brother Jermaine Dupri in the doors, man. You got to come in and just hang out with us, and, you know, especially when you're coming up with some more smooth R&B, man. You know, that's my lane, the smooth R&B.
The smooth R&B.
I know you're doing the rap thing now.
I thought you was going to play Who Could I Run To from Escape. You played Just Kicking.
Well, you know, we're going to get into that in the next hour, but, you know, I want to, you know, I want you to find that next R&B guy.
Yeah.
You know, because that's missing as well. I mean, the hip-hop thing is great, and I'm into that. But I need you to find that next R&B.
I mean, you know, what's hard for me with R&B is that I guess the same thing that I'm doing with the rap game. I have to find somebody that's ready, because if you bump into me, you got to be as good as Anthony Hamilton at this point. That's one. You know, you got to be as good as Anthony, or maybe I got to say, you got to be as good as Usher, and then as much of an artist as Anthony Hamilton.
Because Usher is a quadruple threat. You know, he dances, he does a lot of things, and he produces it vocally.
Yeah.
And then Anthony, well, that just speaks for itself.
So, I mean, you know, if I meet a singer, it's hard for me to just give you a pass because of these people that you
got to measure up.
Yeah, you got to have some kind of, you got to, you know, even with this show, the rap game, the kids still have to, you know, live up. You got to, Bow Wow is the blueprint. Like, you got to, I mean, Crisscross was the blueprint for Bow Wow. Yeah. And as you know, if you got to lay in the same bed as these two guys, you got to be pretty, you know.
And how do the kids these days set themselves apart from being just a replica? Because that's the hardest thing in my observation. You know, everyone looks the same way, but I love B2K. When B2K came out, right, I'm like, they got that swag, but they got a dress swag that no one else has too, which was a step up above Jodeci, in my opinion. But in the hip hop game, share with me, like, does that matter in hip hop?
Oh yeah, 100%. You gotta find it.
The identity.
You gotta find it.
Is that your creative aspect in your team that help you kind of come up with that as well?
Doing this show, no. I mean, I think that trying to help you find it, yes. But actually doing it for you the way I did it for Crisscross, and, you know, Bow Wow had it already. But a majority, like, you know, TLC was like a artist development thing that you know, people didn't see, but it was like once you saw it, you gotta question in your mind, where did this come from? It came from every day of just trying something. Cut the sleeve off this jacket and wear that. Let's try something, right? Wow. I think that's what's not there. Kids are not trying because, by the way, them trying today, there's no payoff for the try. Before it used to be, if you try, somebody like myself or somebody else, Barry Gordy or somebody will see you and be like, oh, you're trying.
Yeah.
Did you just break your leg on purpose? I'm here. I'm going to sign you.
So that's like a development situation.
Yeah, it's just a development. I mean, I don't think the kids know that it's out there. So that's why this show, the rap game, is important to culture, because the culture needs this show to show people that the music industry and the entertainment world is more than just microwave. It's you got to be ready. You got to practice. You got to do what you got to do to get to where we are.
A day in the life of Jermaine Dupri. Obviously, you had a wonderful blueprint laid out for you because you have a great dad. But now that things have gone and they've started to develop for you in a great way, what is a day in the life of you, aside from obviously busy? When you say busy, that's pretty varied.
Yeah.
Break it down for me without giving me too much into your business.
Well, I mean, when I say busy, I really don't think... it's funny because it's crazy because now that I have this TV stuff, I don't think people really understand how busy I am. People think it's like busy used to be go to the office and, you know, sit in my office and kick it and watch TV while everybody else do a little work, and then I come out and I say... But now it's really, you know, it's 24/7. Like if you know, if somebody's hitting me, asking me a question about promotion of how we should put the show out, or I'm looking at kids online trying to figure out if they should be a part of this, or I'm, you know, now that I'm EPing TV and I have one project that's a #1 show, which is the rap game, I'm being asked, do I have other projects? So I'm sitting around writing other ideas for TV shows and trying to come up with other things that I could possibly do, because you got to seize the moment.
I got one for you, and we'll talk after we get off this. We got
you got to seize the moment.
You do have to seize every opportunity for sure, man. Well, look, brother, it's all about reinventing yourself.
100%.
And I think you are definitely reinventing yourself, and you obviously know where you need to go. And I wish you continued success, man. I know that this is going to be just as successful for you as the music part of your life has been, and who knows what happens beyond this point.
People keep telling me, Jermaine, this is what you're supposed to been doing, and I'm like, really? He's like, yeah, TV, that's your thing, and I'm, and then my idol is Quincy, and he was doing The Wiz, and he was doing Sanford and Son, and he was doing, so I mean, I'm late to the party,
but it ain't over yet, baby.
It ain't over.
So you have a long way to go and a lot more ground to cover, man.
Yeah.
Continued success to you, brother Jermaine Dupri. Don't forget, the Rap Game is on Lifetime every Friday night. And, of course, he is executive producing along with the Queen.
Yes.
Miss Queen Latifah. All the best to both of them, and all the best to the kids who are competing this year, man, in the season.
By the way, not to cut you off, we got Baltimore, because you said something about Baltimore.
Yep.
So we got kid from Baltimore, girl from Chicago, 2 kids from New York, Staten Island and Brooklyn.
Oh, Staten Island?
Yeah.
And Brooklyn?
And Brooklyn.
I'm a Brooklyn dude. That's good.
1 from Atlanta and 1 from Tennessee. Oh, and 1 kid from South Central LA. So they pretty spread out.
So, I'm going to be a little biased. I'm going for Brooklyn. Pull it off, Brooklyn. Pull it off, baby. Pull it off. Make Brooklyn stand up strong.
All right.
I appreciate you, Jermaine Dupri.
Yeah.
The Quiet Storm up next, baby.